And welcome back to 10th Man on the Bench podcast. I'm your host, Willis Love, and we got a nice special episode today, a reaction. We got a reaction for Monday Night Raw on Netflix. And I got my great panel here today. Fellas, introduce yourself. Doc Holliday, talk to him, man.
Yo, Doc Holliday, older brothers, Willis Love, big time wrestling fan, Coney Island representative. Yeah,
Yo, Lug Stockton here from somewhere in Manhattan. And let's go Netflix.
Yes, sir. So, fellas, let's get into that first topic. Raw finally came to Netflix. What was your reaction? How did you guys like the show?
Oh, I hate to do this. The show was lackluster. Why do I have a 3 hour program and only an hour of wrestling? Certain segments didn't need to be done. I didn't need Undertaker to come out there for his motorcycle, and do all that. I didn't like The Rock coming out there doing a trash face or mid card promo, whatever it was, but it just seemed like everything that him and Cody did went down the drain. The Seth Rollins match, it was mid. It was mid. All that hype to be mid. Tribal combat, mid, mid. And thank you to all the fans that told Terry, aka Hulk Hogan, to fuck himself. I love that. That was my favorite part. Mhm.
all right. I agree with Tim 100%. Mediocre show. The build up for Cody and The Rock going into WrestleMania, you just pushed him over as the ultimate baby face. You just pushed him over. The whole thing with Roman Reigns, the bloodline, that was pretty much war games all over again. Everybody, no disqualification, the same exact thing. Seth Rollins and CM Punk, you could have saved that match for a Hell in a Cell. That could have been a better match. The John Cena promo, no question. You pretty much setting him up to get the 17th title, and he's going to relinquish it the next night. It's so blatantly obvious with that one. And then you got guys in the audience from the other shows who pretty much got beef with each other on TV, but now they sit next to each other, kumbaya. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't
Right,
make sense whatsoever.
right. Because I could have swore I saw Shinsuke in
Yes, this game LA Night. Mind you just spit this in my face 2 weeks ago. Now we sitting here about to have a beer together. Let's keep
Well,
the storylines together.
let's go over the match cards. Wait, let's go over the match cards real quick, right? So we had
Okay.
Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa. Roman Reigns get the win. Bloodline, normal things. Bloodline came and they try to cheat and all that stuff. That's normal. Then you had CM Punk, Seth Rollins. CM Punk picks up the win. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley takes the title back, and then you had Jay Uso and Drew McIntyre. Jay Uso stealing one. So that was the cards. That was the final winnings of the cards. I liked the show. I thought it was a good show for people who are not familiar with the WWE brand that are going on to Netflix. Like, I think it was entertaining in that aspect. As far as like the storylines go and like the plans, like the little seeds that they were planting, like especially with The Rock, like now I'm just totally confused. Like, what is his role now? Like what is his role? Like he said Cody Rhodes, I love you, brother, and blah 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 blah, and then now he hugged Roman Reigns, and I thought he was gonna turn on him right there, and like we don't know The Rock's role anymore. Period. Like we don't know. Rhea Ripley gets the title back. We knew that was gonna happen. CM Punk and Seth Rollins match was lackluster. It could have been way better. And also, I just feel like, and we're gonna welcome Zoo to the show in a little bit. I just feel like Jay Uso bought the energy. He bought it's just me, Oos, all day. He bought that energy, and the crowd loved it. Travis Scott came in smoking a blunt. You know,
Yo,
Fire, fire.
yo.
different,
You think
different,
You think Jay asked for to pass him that blunt as they walking down?
low key, low key.
Low key, right?
Yeah, low key. And then on top of that, right, the censorship, right? You was hearing fuck solo, fuck solo, fuck solo,
He
right?
was.
And then Pat McAfee was like, "This is Netflix." He's like, "We good." He told Michael Cole, he said, "Michael Cole, get on the table. This is Netflix." And they started doing the yeet thing, and then they went around. They did the aerial coverage for the first time in WWE. They never did that before. And Michael
That was
Cole said,
fire.
"This is the first time I've ever done that in my career." I want to welcome Zoo onto the show. Zoo, what's up, my brother? How you feeling?
What's good? What's good? What's good?
So
Y'all
we
can hear
going
me? I'm good because
Oh,
before it was like a little wild.
Yo,
Nah, you good. We going over the reaction to the show yesterday. So just your initial reaction, man. What you thought of the show?
I liked it. I think it was a very good output from the company. You know what I'm saying? Me being a Seth Rollins guy, I wasn't too fond of him losing, but I understand it. I think it was a good show. Excuse my language, but yeah, fuck Hogan, and yeah, great show.
So Luke Stockton just said the same thing. Look at his screen. It says fuck.
Yeah, I see. That's why I said it. Like yeah. I mean,
So how did you guys feel about that when that happened? Right, Hulk Hogan comes out. I am a real American. You know, he does his thing, and he has the guy swinging the flag, and then everybody's like, "Boo!"
um,
because yo, he's a bona fide racist, and that's me. The hell with Hogan. You got Jimmy Hart come out with the flag. How y'all keep bigging this dude up? Whereas we're in an era where pretty much everybody who does anything, domestic anything, racial anything, but y'all still giving this guy a 5-star salute like he's that guy. He's not that guy. And I feel y'all brought him in because either Stone Cold, somebody else bigger than him said we can't do it. Nobody cares about Hogan no more. Period.
what you gonna do, brothers, when I get these 8-inch pythons and I do that stupid leg drop and I do all that extra. I
Mm.
swear he's the most overrated wrestler of all time. That stinky leg drop, I hate it. I hate his bald head, how he's missing hair all around, but the back part, I hate it. Um, and he needs to come out every week and just come out and everybody just boo him and he goes to the back. He needs humble pie for one. This was his humble pie because he swear he's bigger than wrestling. And honestly, I don't think unless you're unless you're 50s and your 60s, he's not even mentioned of as being one of the goats.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're an older dude, and I never went, I never even the whole Andre the Giant slam. I never went and said, "Yo, let's put on that Hulk Hogan match."
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Never did that.
Yeah. Yeah. Zoo, what did you think of Hulk Hogan getting booed at the event, man? Oh, you muted, man. Your mic's muted.
oh, pardon me. Yeah, at first I was like, I text one of my bros and I'm like, yo, are they booing Hogan? Like, or am I tripping? You feel me? But listen, come on, man. It's people in the wrestling community are trying to say, oh, they're booing him because he voted for Trump, but Undertaker voted for Trump too. Cut it out. We all know why his ass is getting booed. Like, come on. Like we all know why. You feel me? And we can go back into time. Like, never mind the racist remark. We can go back in time. He screwed over a lot of people. Y'all see Shawn Michaels crashing out because he did that weird shit. He done took Bret Hart opportunity at WrestleMania. I think that was 8 or something like that in Vegas. He's a cancer backstage. He's the original CM Punk. Not
Mm.
even this. He's like, come on. But shout out to what he did for the company. Like, without Hulk Hogan, it probably won't be where we at today. Like, he's definitely one of those guys, bro. You understand what I'm saying? But he's
Hmm.
also Like he's also like, come on, bro. He's bugged out.
Mm.
One
Well, look, the other surprises too, right? We had Taker, we had Cena, we had Rock, we even had a cameo from X Pac in the crowd. Like, what do you guys think of all the cameos that happened last night?
Unnecessary. A couple of them was unnecessary. X Pac, if you watched that, you were in the plot with China dying. Undertaker, you went around for what reason? Did you prove you came around? Rhea Ripley is a star by herself. She didn't need you to come out to add no extra pop to it. She is a star. 100% a star by herself. Y'all just cause it's Taker. Y'all want the crowd. You don't know why they came out. That's just the crowd. They wanted them to come out. They're legends. Nobody really cares about X Pac. Nobody cares about it. You put him next to Hogan with the fuck you chance. Nobody cares about you. It's a
Mm-hmm.
waste of time. Like I said, Undertaker did not need to come out. He could have sat in the audience with his family and got a bigger pop than coming out with the motorcycle. The American Badass, everybody know you retired. You're not coming back to wrestling. The knees are shot. You're done. Let Rhea do her thing now. She doesn't need nobody. She carries herself. She's a brand in herself. She didn't need to take it. She didn't need to.
Mm.
we're not going to do X Pac like that. We're not going to do X Pac like that. That's one. Two, you complain about X Pac getting shine. They talk about, hey everybody, it's Natalia, it's Brie Bella, Nikki Bella. Nobody care about them. John Cena's ex. Nobody care about her. Ew. That's one. Two, people not gonna like what I'm about to say. People not gonna like what I'm about to say. John Cena does not deserve a 17 title reign. He deserves to get the IC title and become a Grand Slam champion. I'm
Mm.
sorry, that record should stay with Flair. John Cena does not need it because he's already considered a GOAT.
Mm.
It's between him and Austin going back and forth with a lot of people. Flair also gets a mention also because 16 times. Do I feel like John Cena needs the 17th reign to solidify anything? No. I do feel like he should go get the IC title and actually become a Grand Slam champion.
Yeah, I agree with
Um,
that. I agree with the Grand Slam champion thing. I think that's better for his career, like overall. Like 17th title is like he'll break the record. That's cool, but like Doc Holliday said, he's gonna relinquish the title the next day. Like he's not gonna be carrying it, going to pay per views and defending the title. He's not doing that. He's
Nah,
not doing that.
actually, they said that he's supposed to be doing a full run the whole year. He's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be on every show. He's supposed to be doing a full like John Cena. From what the reports are saying, they're going to super Cena him from back in the day. Like he's getting
Mm.
ready to trample everybody. Anybody go up against him, he's getting ready to run them over.
Mm.
But I honestly, I said let him get the title because everybody keep talking Flair's the 16th time. That's half of NWA, WCW, all different circuits. He is not the champion 16 time of the company. That's the whole point. Cena, Randy Orton is guys who built blood, sweat, tears for that company. Cena goes on beyond that company. His outside accolades are immaculate. What he does, he deserves to be on top of the mountain because of what he does. I agree with the IC thing. It's the same thing with Sheamus. Them guys need them titles for the Hall of Fame. They definitely need them. But Cena, respectfully, and I love Ric Flair, don't get me wrong, I love him to death. But you take away half them title reigns, he's not, Randy Orton is the next behind John Cena. Because he got more than Triple H, he has more than Taker. That's the next GOAT is Randy Orton. And the only one that's going to beat Randy, who should deserve it more than Cena, is Randy Orton. But Cena deserves it because of what he did for the company, just like I said about Hogan. Cena carried that company outside. Yo, he is a humanitarian. Give him his flowers. He is very well deserving of a 17 title reign and
Mm-hmm.
also the IC championship. If you want to do something like that, let's do like this. Give him the belt, title for title, like the Ultimate Warrior. Let him win both titles, and let him walk into the sunset. Respect what that man does.
Okay, real quick, you said about the whole Flair situation that it's the 16 wasn't with the company. So why do we sit there and go Booker T 5 time, 5 time, 5 time when all of them was WCW? Technically, he's a one-time champion in WWE.
That's because WWE bought the copyrights to that saying. They trademarked it. That's why he continues to say it on another brand. Remember
Mm,
when Vince McMahon got the company, he trademarked half the stuff from WCW because that's Booker T's trademark phrase.
Yeah, that's
I'm
his
a five
phrase.
time. That's
Hmm.
his phrase. So they bought it. A lot of stuff people get in there as part of merchandising
hmm
is they trademark sayings. And Booker T, like you said, 5 time, 2 time Hall of Famer. They trademarked it. So now he can say it on the table without opening the forbidden door. Because I trademarked it. Now I own the saying. It's on shirts, it's on mugs, it's on everything to make money. That's why he continues to say it. Ric Flair, I respect it. But once again, once they bought WCW, they bought everything that came with it. Their title reigns, everything. Why do you think the Steiners, these guys are in the Hall of Fame?
Hmm.
All these other
Hmm.
wrestling factions, they don't even have a Hall of Fame. So now I bought everything. So I own the Steiner Brothers, all their titles from World Japan, the Road Warriors, from New Japan. I got everything now. They get money from everything. Like I said, it is the biggest conglomerate of money making in sports entertainment. And like I said, it's about money. Booker
Hmm.
T, that come on, Spinner Rooney, that's trademark. Everything these dudes came over with, the WWE now owns. That's why.
Well, speaking about money and conglomerate and things like that, Raw moving to Netflix was such a huge move for WWE. But what does that mean for SmackDown?
Triple
Well,
H just said it's going
what
back
I can
down.
say about that, what I can say about that, pardon me, I can say about that is it's temporarily. I don't know if y'all seen it, but by the time June comes, it's gonna be moving back to 2 hours. So
Hmm.
I think it gives them I think it gives them what, like about 6 months or whatever to like develop a few things and then kind of go back to normal. I feel like you got a lot of like this is like the hottest season coming up as far as like the Rumble, the Chamber in Toronto, WrestleMania, of course, and then it's like a little turn down right before we go into SummerSlam or whatever. So I feel like the 3 hours is cool. I think SmackDown is still gonna be a good product, no matter if it's 3 hours, no matter if it's 2 hours. I feel like we seen Raw go from 3 to 2 over the last quarter of 2024, and it was still a good product. So I feel like it's just gonna be more shine and opportunity, and things gonna be good in my opinion.
SmackDown
Mm.
dead. SmackDown dead. Stop. SmackDown is dead. Netflix already said I want the big stars. They're about to take Roman. They're about to take Cody. Any name that you could think of that's big is about to be on Netflix for them 3 hours. Netflix didn't pay all that bread for you to get LWO and Austin Theory. No, they don't want none of them bums. They don't want Meechin, none of them bums. They want Cody, Kevin Owens, Drew. That Gunther about to either get his title taken or he about to get shipped to SmackDown and be sitting on the blue brand doing nothing. It's clipped for SmackDown. They're gonna bring up the NXT roster up to SmackDown, and they're gonna try to do that, make it younger, which is not gonna be good. Because at the end of the day, if we're not really watching NXT and you're coming to SmackDown, even though you're on the main brand, it's like I didn't watch you, so now I gotta figure out who you are. And then All the Stars is on Monday, so it's like, what am I watching Friday for? All the Stars is on Monday on Netflix. So I think SmackDown is, what's about to happen? That brand split is going to be done, and they're both, and everybody's going to be on both shows.
Yeah, so that was my take on it. I think everybody's gonna be on both shows in order to keep SmackDown kind of like what Tim said about NXT coming up to SmackDown. I think that's a great idea, honestly, to give the shine to the younger people. But like Tim said, like you gotta people gonna have to really invest in those talents. Like who are these people if you don't watch NXT? So I think the brand split might be done. I think stars are going to be on both shows to keep people watching on USA and Netflix because, like Tim said, Netflix bought. They made that partnership to get the stars. They want the main roster. They don't want, the B, C list wrestlers. They want Reigns, Owens, Cody, Usos. They want all of that stuff on Netflix. So I agree. I agree. I think SmackDown might be. I don't know. It might be coming to an end. What you think, Doc Holliday? What you
But
got on this,
but
man?
but
I think
hold on. Oh no, go
Go
ahead, go
ahead,
ahead, go
Zoo.
ahead,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead, go
Zoo.
ahead.
Nah, go ahead, Zoo. You good? You got the light. You got the light.
Like, okay,
you got it.
okay. So what I will say about that is you feel me? Any product in life, I don't care if this is a tour, if this is a basketball team, whatever, you're not gonna get top to bottom A list. You're not gonna get that, bro. You're not gonna get that. It has to be a balance. You feel me? They have a roster. Same thing if you got like a label, if you're at a basketball team, whatever it is, you have a roster, bro. You feel me? And you have to implement things to make sure that things ship off the right way. So I highly doubt that it's just gonna be on some fuck SmackDown, SmackDown is over. No, you feel me? Because every brand has its following, especially NXT. And I'll say one thing. I know everybody not gonna agree with me, but it's just the facts. It's just the facts. It's just the numbers and everything like that. More people is watching NXT than that other show that come on Wednesday nights.
Mm.
Ooh, you don't even know your
Hmm.
product. You don't even know the product. Because
I
NXT
look
don't
at
even
this.
NXT come on Tuesday on the
I look at
CW.
I didn't say nothing about head to head games
No,
or nothing like that. I'm just saying that I know people watch uh CW on Tuesdays more than they watch the other brand on Wednesdays. What is
Well,
it
I
called?
say like this.
Dynasty.
what's the other brand? What you talking about, man? You could
you
say the
see,
I
names.
think
This
it's
is
no. I know it's AEW Dynasty, right, or something like that on Wednesdays.
mm-hmm.
no, no.
Dynamite.
Oh,
I put it look.
Dynamite. Yeah, pardon me.
So
I put it like this. Yo, like y'all all right in y'all all capacities. You gotta have a brand split because if you look at it like this, it's only how many belts. Roman Reigns gonna have a belt for a whole year, like you said, Kev. Like you said, Netflix want the biggest name with the main belt. So now you got Cody, you gonna have Roman. Seth Rollins carry Monday Night Raw for a good portion without a championship around his waist. Kevin Owens did the same thing. Now what y'all gonna do with somebody like Jay Uso, who got a clean win the other night against Drew McIntyre, who was on a revenge tour over the last few weeks, kicking everybody's heads off with claymores, doing stuff like that. Now y'all got Rhea Ripley with the belt again. Now you
mm-hmm.
got Jade Cargill who's out. Now what you gonna do? You're gonna do a split between Bianca's a star. Like you said, you can't have everybody on Raw and then have 50 commercials on. It does not work. And everybody back doing promos, Slim Jim, you can't have it your way like that all the time. You like he said, Tim said a good thing too. Put wrestling on. We paid to watch the wrestling. I don't care. The sponsorships are great, but you have all these guys. Even the bloodline with The Rock hugging Roman Reigns weakened the bloodline storyline. It weakened it. 100% weakened it. Because Jacob Fatu, sooner or later, he's going to have to be a star soon. He cannot be under Solo's care no more because he's more athletic and more talented than the whole group. So sooner or later, you're going to have to separate him. You're going to have to. So do what you're going to do. SmackDown or Raw. You got to give the people another option. You got to have to give them
Mhm.
another option. You didn't create all these new belts to put everybody on Raw. It doesn't mean you have all the belts on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You created the belts for reasons. You got to give me a reason to watch SmackDown. Roman Reigns ain't going to it. He's not going. He's not going to go. CM Punk, like you said, Gunther is going to lose that belt. It's who they want to give it to. They gave it to Damian Priest to see what Damian Priest is going to do with it. He had a good run, but you see how fast they took it from him. it's about marketing. Zoo, you hit it right on the head.
Yes, yes,
It's
yes,
about
yes,
it's
yes.
about marketing. I'm not going to tune the Netflix. They probably paid $50 billion to have them on Netflix. So the main guy, Cody, you're going to lose that belt in a minute. I'm sorry to tell you, you're going to lose it. How are you going to lose it?
And
It's and
yeah,
Cena. That's
yeah,
what
we
I mean
don't
about
know.
Cena. Cena has movies on Netflix. He has movies on Hulu.
Yep.
You're gonna put a belt on Cena and have him everywhere. Like Zeus said, he's going to be everywhere. He's gonna run the year out. Yeah, you gotta. Every time you turn around, Cena is on something. So
Hmm.
why not put that belt on that man for marketing? You're gonna have to put it on.
He
Whether
was
we
on all
agree,
that merch too that they was talking about
yes,
during the show. Like all that,
yes, he
like
was.
48 hours to get the merch. Like Cena was
Yes,
on there. I was shocked
he
I
was
didn't see
on
Reigns.
everything.
Yeah, I was shocked I didn't see
But
Roman
see,
on there. Hmm.
but Cena is
Good
And
gonna
point.
get
and
the belt.
and also too, because I'm about to cut out, right? But also too, right? Think about this, right? I'm leaving y'all with two things, right? Last night I've seen a lot of people, like a lot of people um talking about this event. Like, people that usually don't watch wrestling or casual
Mhm.
wrestling watchers, whatever the case may be, right? That's because this is a big event, right? So of course, when you're doing a premiere, whatever it is, you're gonna have um, you know, all of these top guys. You're gonna have all of this nostalgic feeling and stuff like that. So things might dip a little bit from the first week, of course, ratings, because there's a lot of people that just come in to see Rose on Netflix. What the fuck? This is something big. This is something that we never even seen before, right? But I still think that the flow of what was going on before will still be there, right? And then even if people look at SmackDown as a downgrade, right? Think about when SmackDown first, when we first had the blend split, the brand split in '02, right? All the top guys for real was on Raw, right? SmackDown, when you think about it, these Kurt Angle probably was like the top
You,
wrestler
you had
on
Eddie.
on the brand.
You
Wait,
had
wait, wait, wait,
Eddie.
wait, 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 wait. Listen, Edge, because the SmackDown six, which was Angle, Edge, Benoit, the Guerreros, and it was one more, right?
Taker,
But
Taker.
but
Ray.
no. I said Ray. Taker wasn't. I'm talking about the original brand split.
Take
Taker was
Taker
not.
was Taker was
Taker was
original.
not. He was not on SmackDown originally. He came over to SmackDown. He wasn't on SmackDown originally.
If I'm not mistaken, Taker went away and when he first came back was on SmackDown and stayed on SmackDown. He
He
didn't go
did.
back to he didn't go
When
back
he
on
was
Raw.
when he was
He
when
didn't
he
go
was
back on Raw.
when he was the undisputed champion fighting Jeff Hardy on a ladder match, he was on Raw.
And he
I'm
He
left
was
telling
on
after that.
SmackDown. That was a
okay,
SmackDown match. The ladder match
okay.
was a SmackDown match.
I bet it was a
Nah,
Raw
no,
match.
no, no,
So
Doc. No, he's right. It was on Raw. That was a it's for the if I'm not mistaken hardcore title.
no, that was the undisputed title.
No, it was
Remember,
undisputed when he put Jeff
no, when
Hardy over.
you no, what? He won. Undertaker
They
won.
had
No, he put him over at the end. We lifted his hand. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
he
right.
put him over at the end. Yeah,
But remember, back in those days when that first started, when you was the champion, you could go on both brands. You wasn't exclusive. The only time they became exclusive is when Lesnar won the belt and he left with Stephanie. That was September 2002. That's when that happened, right? But I'm not saying all of this to talk about that era. But what I'm saying all this to say is that back then, Guerrero, Edge, and all these guys, they wasn't who they planned out to be. They was B-list wrestlers, right? And they became A-list wrestlers because of SmackDown. Also, think about it too.
Very true.
Like this might sound wild, right? Because we're in 2025, right? But everybody doesn't have Netflix. And the reason why SmackDown thrived back in those times is because SmackDown came on local TV. Everybody didn't have
you're
USA.
right.
Hmm.
Channel
So
Nine.
so some people might like it might sound crazy because it's like who don't got Netflix, but it's gonna be people that's gonna like SmackDown more that's gonna have what you would call it, that's gonna have regular cable. You understand what I'm saying? So that's something to think about too. Even if we throw
some guys over SmackDown. We think like, oh, it's not gonna be that big, or we just give them a few top guys. It, that shit is gonna flourish, bro. Because we've seen it happen before. Like
Why?
Edge wasn't Edge. Edge wasn't Edge before he did what he did on SmackDown. Eddie Guerrero was a
What?
mid Carter. Like, yes, bro.
Edge
Eddie
was like
Guerrero was
a
a mid Carter, bro.
Edge
Yeah,
was an 11. Edge was an 11-time champion, bro. And he
Edge
already
did
was
not
on
win
it.
the champion.
Edge
Edge
was
not
an
a champion
11
in the O
time.
two, bro.
He was an 11-time
Edge did
tag
not,
team champion. He was one of the hottest acts in the business. He just
all
went
right, you talking
solo.
about bro, he wasn't a A-list wrestler, gang. He wasn't an A-list wrestler.
Why did folks watch SmackDown?
The Rock,
I just said
Stone
why.
Cold.
Huh? No,
He
I just said why they
They
watched.
they didn't watch it. They watched it because it was actual wrestling on the show. SmackDown was an actual wrestling show. Monday night was a entertainers promotion of promos and nonsense. The reason why SmackDown was so big in '02 after that because they actually wrestled. I'm coming to watch a show to watch wrestling. I don't get how you're sitting there saying Monday Night Raw was good to you. You watched 2.5, 2 hours full of nonsense of talking. You barely see any wrestling. And when you seen it, let's be for real. Jay Uso match was trash and it was the wrong decision. The Roman solo match was not that great and it was the wrong decision. And the Seth and your boy Seth and Punk had a horrible match. It shouldn't even they did all this hyping of Seth and Punk and the match did not sit there and not do good. It did not do good. We sat there for 3 hours and got four matches. Penta was supposed to be out there last night. They cut his stuff for Undertaker coming down and Terry. The IC women's title match was supposed to be on there. They cut the wrestling for what? Talking. Are we there to be entertained and people to talk or to wrestle? So at the end of the day, we sat there for 3 hours and got an hour worth of wrestling.
that's very true. I thought the show didn't have enough wrestling, and I agree with that. I thought it was way too much talking and like side promos and people in the back like yeah, like I thought it was just too much of like nonsense. Like so, I do agree with that aspect for sure. Like it was not enough wrestling because there were matches cut off the card. You right about that because I seen it and I was like that didn't happen. That didn't happen. All right. Well, they gave us a bunch of they gave us the main stars, I guess, that, they put on lackluster matches in my opinion too. But I think it was overall a great product. I think it was a great show, honestly. But just the matches
Entertain,
were kind of
entertainment wise, WWE will always entertainment wise be the spectacular show it's going to be.
mm-hmm.
I already said it. It's going to be spectacular when it comes to promos and talking and segments. It's going to be a blast. But guess what? The wrestling is trash. The wrestling is trash. Unless you got certain wrestlers getting in the ring versus each other, the matches are trash.
I think, like I said, I think Punk and Seth Rollins should have had a Hell in a Cell match or a steel cage match on that type of pay per view. I mean, like on that type of grand opening,
Mm-hmm.
something that's going to catch, like you said, that build up between both of them, how it got personal, how it they cut deep on these promos. Yo, and like I said, The Rock hugging Roman Reigns squashed the bloodline beef. It squashed it. Like you said,
Mm.
Solo. Listen, listen how it went down. Because right now, it's no way in the world. Remember, Roman had a whole year of being undefeated, unpinned, and they're about to run it
Years,
again.
years,
Years. He's
years.
gonna run it again now because he's gonna get the belt back. Like I said, he's gonna get that belt back. How he's gonna get it back? Now you're gonna have to make a decision. Like Kevin said, also CM Punk. What is the favor? That is the secret that nobody's worried about right now.
Mm-hmm.
What is the favor? What is the favor? Drew McIntyre, you built him up to be on a revenge tour to lose on a roll up to Jay Uso. So now, Jay Uso, what are you going to do with him now? He has the crowd, he has the marketing. He has it. Are you going to stick him back with the bloodline to help them? No, you're not. You got to let him go. You have to cut his wings and let him go now. He has to have a belt. You squashed him after 1 day of holding the belt like he was Kofi. Just that quick. You had a great match against Gunther. Y'all let him lose. Chad Gable's another guy who had a great match as a wrestler, and
Mhm.
y'all squashing him piece by piece. So what are y'all really gonna do with these guys with this talent? Montez Ford, y'all broke the Street Profits up. For what reason? For what reason? To put them back together now to have another tag team run? What are you really going to do? They have a lot of talent, but are not enough spots to fill them. If you take away some of those commercials, like Tim said, you can have quality one-on-one matches with real talent and stop playing around with it. Come on, because they're gonna break up certain things, certain aspects of it.
That also
Y'all
goes
gotta
back
stop
to what
playing.
he said too, what Tim said too earlier, right? If they take majority of the A-listers, not all of them, but if they take majority of the A-listers and put them on Raw, that gives people opportunity on SmackDown. So you and Zoo both had a point with that concept, right? Because then Profits can grow into something bigger, right? Jay Uso, that could be Jay Uso's show, right? Like if they that could be his show, you know. So I think I think that might be the direction they might go. I'm not sure. We're not gonna know. Obviously, we're not in that creative room, but you know,
I have a question. Why is everybody so gun ho on Jay Uso? I'm sorry. Besides the little yeet stuff he does, he's in ring. He's not. He's mid. He's mid in
Okay,
ring. So I
Craig,
understand. So what? So at the end of the day, as long as he gets the crowd doing this, and he has the crowd pumping, we want to give him a belt. We gave him a belt, and honestly, the matches were trash. The matches
he
were
had
trash.
one. He had one defense and they took the belt. Now, if you want to go talent wise, now we're going pure talent.
Uh,
Why did Roman Reigns keep the belt for so long? Just think about it. We going on talent now.
mm-hmm.
Talent wise, why did Roman Reigns keep the belt so long? He fixed the
Bit
marquee. He got
money.
everybody going crazy, acknowledging me. Ooh, what else am I doing? His in ring wrestling sucks. He couldn't speak on the mic, so I gave him Paul Heyman. Same thing like Brock Lesnar. You have to do something. The guy is the marketing. Same thing with New Day. New Day was the number one marketing people for the last few years. Now you
Mm-hmm.
got them guys turning heel. You got them turning heel. You squashed Kofi Kingston in favor of Brock when he gave him a belt. You got to understand, the crowd love these people. You have to feed the crowd. Feed them. Jay Uso, right now you got to run with him. Don't you ain't gonna give him the heavyweight belt. You're not gonna give it to him. Give him a mid card belt and let him run with it. You want to pick and choose. Ludwig Kaiser, great wrestler, but you're not gonna put a belt on him.
facts. Great wrestler. They're not gonna
You're
put a belt
not
on
gonna
him.
put a belt on
They're
him.
not gonna put a belt on him.
Gunther,
Why not? Why not? Great heel
hold
work.
on, hold on. Know why? He doesn't have the crowd. Gunther does not have the crowd. Like you said earlier, sooner or later they're going to take that belt from him
Yeah.
because he doesn't have the crowd. When you everybody know for years, you get the crowd, they get behind you. They get behind you. The WWE, okay, we're gonna push him. They're gonna push him. Kofi Mania. We push Kofi Mania. There you Brian at the time. Yes, yes, yes. We pushed him, but you squashed him for a bigger name. The Rock family is all through there. Nia Jax, look how y'all took the belt from Nia Jax. She dominated for damn near a year. Y'all took it real quick from with Tiffany Stratton because she fits, but she's the new Charlotte Flair because Charlotte is not coming back right away. So now you got to give the people what they want. The blonde hair. Why do you think
Mm-hmm.
Bianca is talented as hell as she is? Why she don't have a real belt? Why she sticking with a tag team title with Naomi? Why? When she's better than half the people she's fighting every week.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. Io Sky and them. Y'all jerking these girls. These girls are talented, but they don't fit the mold. WWE for years have the mold, the perfect wrestler, the fit, the look, the body. That's
The
what they
the
go with.
talking on the mic, the slogan, the
The
So
look.
skills.
Yeah, it's everything. It's a
no,
combination of
I get it.
everything.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get it. I get it. So are we? It sucks. So are y'all? So is WWE fans? Are they pro wrestling fans or entertainment fans? Because if you're there just to sit
Entertainment.
there, if you're there just to listen to promos and everything else, cool. But I see that's why I hate that Zoo got off because I see Zoo did that on purpose. You tried to sit there and talk about the company I bang with, but guess what? We know we got time. It's gonna take time for us to get to that threshold of WWE, and nobody probably will ever get there because they got 50 plus years ahead of everybody else. But what I will
Facts.
say is this: you can't go into an AEW pay per view or show and say the wrestling is trash. They're going to give you wrestling, and as a wrestling fan that I am, and I love pro wrestling, I'm going to take the wrestling matches over me sitting there listening to promos all day. It's cool. It's enjoyable. It's part of a storyline. I get wrestling needs storyline. I'm there to watch two people, four people, six get in the ring and create chemistry.
I agree with a lot of that stuff too. But like I said, that's why I was so hell bent on when AEW took the belt from Stricker. I was tight. I didn't want Swerve to lose the belt. You go through. I believe certain people deserve belts. Like I said, WWE jerked Shelton Benjamin for years. Jerked him for years. Booker T got jerked for years. This guy's capable of carrying a brand, but he didn't fit y'all mold. Roman Reigns was a horrible wrestler for a good while. He was equivalent to a little bit better than Goldberg at that time. Goldberg was horrible, which I kept putting belts on these guys because they fit the mold of what
And
they
make
think
money.
everybody wants, right, to make that money. Because, like I said, you go through talent, go through every roster. You can take, like I said, Seth Rollins ran the company without a belt because he had the crowd singing every week, no matter what he was doing. Coming out looking like a girl with crazy clothes every week. They were
Don't
singing
do
his
sex
songs.
like that.
No, no. I respectfully, I'm just saying it. They had him looking crazy, but the crowd loved him. And
Hmm.
he was singing his song week in and week
Yes.
out without a belt around his waist. He- Cody, yeah, you went through the fight, tricep bruise, everything, but you already knew what your storyline was coming. That was part of your signing bonus. I'm going to get the belt. I'm gonna go through hell, high water. As long as I stay uninjured, I'm gonna get the belt sooner or later. I'm gonna get it. But look how he had to get the belt. It wasn't a clean win. Once again, tribal rules, disqualification, 30 motherfuckers coming outside. Everybody getting involved with the fight. You brought in legends to get involved with this so Cody could finish the story. Now he got the belt, finishing the story. Kevin Owens, that's done with now. What's Cody's next move? What is it? Now that Roman Reigns got his thing back, what is the next move? Y'all gonna have to flip a coin in that creative room and figure it out. Rock is no longer involved with the storyline no more.
That's a fact.
I'm gonna tell you
Yeah, I
that.
think he's
He
out.
is
I
no
think The
longer
Rock's out.
involved. He's
Wait
no
a
longer
minute.
involved.
Wait a minute. As much as he hugged Cody and he hugged Roman, do you think that's him getting on the good side to get comfortable and then to
Mm.
strike later on? Because think about this. You we already know this rift between Roman and the Ulafala. So anybody that got the Ulafala is basically everybody going back and forth trying to get that, right?
That's basically
Now,
a belt now.
yeah,
Basically.
now with the whole Cody situation, I play along with you. I feed your ego. What's the one thing Cody is very egotistical? I need the pyros. I need to be all about me. I'm gonna make it about you, give you love, get you comfortable. And I'm gonna catch you. Because remember, if I don't know if it was War Games after the match when Solo was sitting there talking with Tama and all of them in the stands, and The Rock came out.
Hmm.
Solo said, "This is the plan. This is all. This is all the plan. One, two, three. Rock did this. It goes off. I feel like he's playing everybody.
Mm.
Let you
Now, here
be
go my
all.
question. I got a question for y'all. Now you just said why Cena get the belt? Why would Rock get the belt? For what reason? You understand what I'm saying? Because if he fights Cody for the belt, what's the benefit of the Rock getting the belt? They hand it
Storyline.
over to somebody. That handed over to
I,
somebody?
you
Because
want
if
you
Cena
you
can't get the belt, being a part timer, why would The Rock get the belt? I think The
Rock.
Rock is
Mm,
officially done. I think he's gonna, like I said, the bloodline, the Ulla followers was gonna go through everybody. So who's the next one to challenge for it? Is it Jacob? You have to figure it out now. Like you
no,
just said it. It's now a belt. Now Jacob
Yeah,
went to
it's like a belt now for them.
right. So
Cause
in
that
between the
match was
family,
more important than half the matches on the card.
wait, but wait. Quick question: if I'm not mistaken, when they first did the tribal combat with Jay and Roman, wasn't one of the rules of nobody can interfere in the Ula Fala match? Nobody's supposed to interfere. None of that.
Yeah,
So
but they
my
changed
thing
that.
is,
They changed that.
no, wait, when did they change that?
They changed
they
that
changed
last three Ula follows ago.
in Saudi Arabia. In Saudi
Huh?
In
Arabia, when
Saudi
they made it no
Arabia, they changed that.
disqualification.
Yeah, they changed
Yeah,
that.
when they made it no disqualification. That's remember, that's when he came out the
Ah.
stands and everything. They was
Because
in the
my thing
crowd.
is, I'm like, wait a minute, they're not supposed to even. When it first started, they were supposed to be nobody interferes, nobody supposed to do
Right.
nothing. Even up towards the match, you can't touch each other.
Yeah,
Like
right. Yep.
nobody going each other can touch each other. And then
Hmm.
all of a sudden, I'm like, wait a minute, why is everybody coming in here? You're not supposed to do that.
Because they added the end of it. One on one, no disqualification. Which opens the door for everybody in the
Okay,
locker room
but
to come out.
But
I thought it's still with the family. It was a family thing where you're not supposed to sit there regardless.
so you're look, you're right about that, but you got to remember Roman Reigns built that reputation during his run of like every match he always cheated at the end.
Of
He
course.
so
Yeah.
the fans want to still see that whenever he's involved. They want to see a type of chaotic ending and he ends with the spear, Superman punch. That like they want to see that. You got to have that to make a Roman Reigns match kind of top tier because of the lackluster of wrestling. So you got to have that part of it to make it like, oh, that match was great. And so that's why they did that. Because if it was just straight up nobody interfere, like even yesterday I'm watching the match and I'm just watching. I'm going, damn, why Roman Reigns always do that? He always drag it out. Like he always get cooked for like half the match. And then he get these superpowers at the end and win the match. I hate when he do that. I
So
never
what
like
is
that.
love? Who that sound like? Who that
Cena,
sound like?
It's like Cena.
Hulk,
Hulk
Cena,
Hogan,
like
Cena.
Hogan.
yeah.
See, yeah,
There you go.
that formula of the guy. Like I never liked that formula of the guy because it's
Right.
like
Right.
to me, Solo and Roman should have been going blow for blow. They should have been going at it. It should have been a battle, not like a Solo dominates half the match. Roman Reigns starts coming back, then the Bloodline come in and cheat, then he kicks out, then Roman kicks out, then Solo kicks out, then Roman's Bloodline comes in. Come on, bro. It should have just been a straight up brawl. We bleeding, we fighting. This is tribal combat. That's what it should have been. So that's
All
why I
I,
didn't really like
Some
that match. I thought it
all
was
I
kind
know
of
is
coconuts, some pineapples, busting on somebody in
yes,
the head.
something
Somebody doing
crazy,
something. Nah,
something
that's
the
crazy.
crazy. Yeah, it was
the result was wrong. It shouldn't have been Roman winning. You gave him the Ula Fala too fast. Like
mhm.
That's what I
he
said.
was supposed to work for that. And then now we
That's
don't
what
get
I'm
no
saying.
we don't get the best part of SmackDown no more. I don't get to hear Jacob
Right,
go, I love you Solo. Like I don't get to hear that no more because Jacob is like, I don't love you, bro. You lost.
right, right.
I'm about to beat your ass and take your reign. You know that, right?
Mhm.
Like you remember when Cody said, "Yo, Jacob, you can get a title shot," and you was like, "No, Jacob, you're my enforcer now, so I couldn't get
Mhm.
my title shot." Well, I remember that, big dog. I'm coming to beat that ass. I'm coming to beat
But
that
that was
ass.
just, but that's how they set up Solo. Remember that.
Yeah, they did the
That's how they
same thing
set up
with Solo.
Solo.
Did the same thing.
Solo's next in line.
So
They went
speaking
over the
of
Usos and then
speaking
right
of
to
Solo,
Solo.
speaking of the bloodline, right? Let's get into some Royal Rumble predictions, right?
Okay.
Because do you think, and this is just like to connect the bloodline, do you think the bloodline's going in trying to let Solo win? Right? Like do they go in as a team and let Solo try to win that? Or do they go in separate? Right? Because now we don't know if they're together, not together. Like we have no idea. Like Doc said, The Rock squashed the whole thing, kind of like in our eyes. It's kind of over now, so we don't know if Solo's going in he enters the Rumble, and then Jacob Fatu comes in. Like who does what? You know. So what do you guys think about some Royal Rumble predictions? Who's coming out? Who's come? You
Um,
know what's going on? What do you guys think?
so I have a few predictions for the men and the women. For the men, I feel like the Bloodline will turn its back on Solo at the Rumble
Mm-hmm.
with the addition of Zilla Fatu and Thomas' tall brother, Hideko. One say his name wrong all the time. But I feel like one of them two is going to come in and they're going to turn on Solo. Solo's going to have to be on his own until either he acknowledges Roman or whatever the case may be. I have Matt Cardona also as a special entrance into the Royal Rumble, always ready. Uh, Long Island iced tea. Um, RVD, I think he's going to be an addition to um to the Rumble. Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes will start their WrestleMania feud at the Royal Rumble. I feel like Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes is gonna come out. He's gonna start off good, and then that's when Trick comes out, and they can start their SmackDown Mania feud.
Mm-hmm.
For the women, I mean Brie Bella, Jordan Grace. Um, Honestly, I think the only person that could win the Royal Rumble for the men this year, and I think he already solidified it, John Cena. As much as I don't like Mr. Cena and I don't like where this is going, I think that's already penciled in. John
Yeah.
Cena is winning the
Yeah.
men's Royal Rumble. And for the women's, honestly, is there a woman there that you can sit there and say, "Ooh, she's supposed to win it"? They're already doing previewing Io Sky and Rhea, but you don't need Io to win the Rumble for that to happen because they've already planted that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think who's going to win the women's Rumble is going to be Jay Cargill.
Mm.
Jay Cargill is going to come back as Bianca's on a tear, and Bianca and Naomi's on a tear, and that's when Jay comes back, and that's where their feud will start. Um, because unless Charlotte Flair comes back, which if
Mm-hmm.
she does come back, if Charlotte Flair comes back for
You
the
you
Rumble,
you know what's
it
happening.
it will be Tiffy time versus Charlotte Flair, the Queen versus the Princess, and that will be the change of the throne.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for the men's, you're gonna have a bunch of predictable scenarios. You're gonna have Big E come return, eliminates Kofi and Xavier Woods. The bloodline, you're gonna see Jacob and Solo go at it because now it's every man for themselves, and Jacob is tired of being taking the backseat to that. Cena will win the Royal Rumble. I agree with that because The Rock will not be at WrestleMania. He will not be wrestling at WrestleMania. That's why he squashed everything with Roman and he squashed it with Cody. You're gonna have, like you said, Trick Williams will be there. The Forbidden Doors opening. They negotiated with Moose. So Moose will make a surprise entrance in the Royal Rumble because they've been trying to get Moose on the show for a little while now. We're not going to stretch out the bloodline against bloodline in there because Roman is not going to be in the Rumble. Let's eliminate that right away. The Usos, they're not going to fight each other. So let's eliminate that real quick. Like you said, Austin Theory, the guys, the mid card guys, that guys are just didn't get speared, punched in the face, thrown out the ring by somebody who's a surprise out of nowhere. Like you said, RVD, RVD gonna come, Rob Van Dam, roll around, and somebody gonna either kick him out the ring just for the nostalgia. Booker T might get a surprise entrance as usual. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, going in the future, I
Ooh,
don't like what they're doing
ooh,
called Carmelo Hayes,
ooh.
LA Knight. What are you gonna do with LA Knight now? You can't
Another
squash him no
another
more.
guy. Another guy.
Another guy you can't squash. But Cena definitely solidified because he is going to headline WrestleMania because of his farewell tour. That's why I said the Rock is no longer going to be in it. Um, Luck, I agree with you fully. The Bianca Belair, Jay Cargill starts at the Rumble. Bianca's going to be exposed as the one who took her out. That's what's
Mm-hmm.
going to happen. They're going to expose that thing. Charlotte and Tiffany, I don't like Charlotte coming back because every time she comes back, and I love Charlotte,
She
she gets
win.
a title shot
Yeah, I hate
right
that.
off the
She
bat.
wins. Yeah,
Right off the bat.
every
No
time.
way to
Every
world.
time.
She got like 14 title reigns already
So
in a
what?
matter of
So what?
I love her, dog. Don't
So
get me wrong, dog. I love
so
her.
what?
I
But
love Charlotte.
she is that good though. Let's be real. She's
No,
good.
but but it's predictable now. We have to give the fans something a little bit unpredictable. That's what the whole surprise of the Rumble is. Who's coming out at number 30? Who's coming out at number two?
I
Who's
got
coming out?
somebody.
You know what I'm saying?
I got somebody for the men's
Like
Royal Rumble that I just thought about. Who will appear?
who?
You mentioned Moose. So I got two people that actually I think is going to be popping out. We got my guy Joe Hendry. If Joe Hendry's not in the Royal Rumble, it's a crime. But you will get Jeffrey Nero Hardy as a surprise entry to the
Mm,
Royal Rumble this year. Jeff
mm.
Hardy will
Yeah.
be a, Jeff Hardy will get in, and if I was them, I would make him number three, have the first two start, and have him come out as number three.
Mm.
You got to look. We love it. That's the best thing. I think the Royal Rumble is one of the best pay per views ever, hands down, because of the
Yes,
surprises and the unpredictability of it. But like you said, it's going to be so many plots. I know for a fact Big E will return for the Royal Rumble, and he's going to eliminate the New Day. He's going to eliminate both of them
Mm-hmm.
and have the crowd go. That's his vengeance. And then they're going to. Then for some reason they're going to fight. And who's he going to start a feud with first? Kofi or Xavier Woods? Because he's cleared. He's cleared already, and
Mm-hmm.
he let it be known he was cleared when he made his first interview appearance when
Yeah,
he
as the
came back.
when he came back, he was cleared. Yep, he was
He was
cleared.
cleared. He was cleared. And as for the women winning it, there ain't no Nia's not going to win it.
Yeah.
There ain't no Billy's not going to win it. You're going to see once again come back. Becky will be back. That's why I said Charlotte is not going to win it because of Becky. That'll be the only one to take Becky out. Like you said, Jade Cargill will win it. She's going to win it because it's her time now. But will she get a belt? Because she's not going to fight Tiffany. Tiffany's not going to lose that belt.
She's gonna
So
fight
you
Rhea.
just
She's gonna want to fight Rhea. She's gonna want to
yes,
fight somebody who
right,
matches her stature. It wouldn't make sense for her to fight Tiffany Stratton. Nah, that
right.
wouldn't make
So
sense.
that's and like you
she
said. Now we go. Like you said, now we go back a little bit with earlier conversation. That's why Charlotte will be back on SmackDown. You can't separate the brands because now you got a Tiffany and Charlotte going at it. You build that feud up. You can't build it up on Raw. You can't build it up on Raw. You need another show to build up some
mm,
more excellent feuds. And
Mm-hmm.
that's an excellent feud. Like you said, the Queen versus the Princess. Beautiful athlete versus athlete. Skill versus skill.
the
Hands down.
most so much you're
Tiffany
gonna
is,
see.
yeah.
But
And if
I heard
Charlotte come back
Charlotte might
up,
be coming back in a different persona though. That's what I heard. She
A
might be
heel.
coming.
yeah, she's coming back as a heel because Tiffany's now going to be a babyface.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
that's what I
that's what's
heard.
going to happen. They're building Tiffany as a babyface now.
I
They
mean,
put it in all the reports. She's going to be the new babyface.
Charlotte. To me, Charlotte's only good as a heel. Some people just good. Like some people are just good at being a heel or a face, and I always seen Charlotte as always being a good heel. To me, her as a face was never my liking at
Mm-hmm.
all.
The best
And
heel face is Randy Orton.
you said the best heel of the face
The
is
best heel
Randy.
slash face is Randy Orton. He can do both. Randy, Randy's the best,
Mm.
Better
and
than
he's
Rock.
definitely coming back to the Rumble.
Better than
Better than
The
Rock.
Rock.
Rock, okay,
Rock
Heel
had
Rock is elite. Heel Rock is elite. I
hold
ain't gonna
on.
lie.
better than Rock.
Oh, you muted out, Doc. You muted out.
I like Hollywood. My fault. I'm talking about Hollywood Rock. When he was singing and he was the
Hmm.
funniest. That shit right there. All right, I agree with y'all on that one. Because because I think The Rock and Hurricane had one of the best feuds next to Stone Cold and Vince McMahon ever in my life.
He said, "What are you, the Hamburglar?"
so first of all, that feud was elite. But I want to get into some. I want to get into some other wrestling brands. Me and Luck, me and Luck, we talked throughout the day. We was talking about some other brands, and I told him, I said, listen, you got some other stuff you want to bring to the show? He said he does. So he wants to talk about Wrestle Dynasty, Kenny Omega, Gabe Kidd. So I'm gonna let him take this little arc here and let him do his thing.
Mhm.
Appreciate you, my boy. So this weekend we have Wrestle Kingdom and Wrestle Dynasty, and the return of the god of professional wrestling, Kenny Omega, and he had faced Gabe Kidd, one of the members of Bullet Club War Dog, and when I tell you, match of the year candidate off rip. The match was so good. You had Tanahashi crying, and that's the owner of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And folks is already saying, scrap all of AEW's plans for the year, make that man Kenny the world heavyweight champion. I can go on defense of saying there is nobody, and I mean nobody. I will put whatever you want on it. Nobody is touching Kenny Omega in the ring. Healthy, with vertigo, when he had messed up, whatever you want to, whatever it is, there's nobody in a wrestling ring active right now that's touching that man's boots. Point blank, period. The match literally gave you everything. It gave you the reason why they got into it was to sit there and show Gabe Kidd fighting spirit and can he be the new ring bearer for New Japan? It showed Kenny coming back. Can he handle the pressure? Can he handle 400 days not wrestling? Is his body going to hold up? And when I tell you that match had violence, it had technical, it had emotion. That match was the match of the weekend, and it
I'm,
already has been solidified as one of the matches of the year.
Now, I give, like I said, this is what I mean about the talent. I agree with you 100%. I love Kenny Omega. Like, I never knew who Kenny Omega was. I just heard about him. So I started watching him. This is what I mean about wrestling with talent. Like I said, Kenny Omega, Daniel Bryan. Like I said, once again, Sheldon Benjamin, like Chris Benoit. You got Chad Gable, guys with real technical wrestling skills who are not being utilized like they are supposed to. Hands down, Sheldon Benjamin should have been a world champion. He should have been a world champion. I don't care about his mic skills. He should because Kenny Omega don't speak on the mic a lot either. Like
Yes,
he's
he does.
great.
Yes, he
Hold
does.
on, but everybody is trained. Kenny Omega had a lot of belts before he could talk on the mic. Before he had a lot of mic skills. I did my research on the man because, like you said, you big him up a lot. So I had to do my research on the man. I had to do my research on the man. And it's not a lot of talking in New Japan. It's not a lot. It's a lot of action. They get right to the
Mm-hmm.
shit. They get right to it. I agree with you. They get right to it. But you go through the talent. Like AW got a lot of talent. All I say is they just they haven't worked with each other a lot. So you're gonna see the screw ups, the botches here and there. You got Randy who's been fighting Edge. Now Edge done changed his name to Cope. Now his name is Cope now.
Cope.
He's no longer the rated R superstar. He's Cope, not Copeland. He's just now Cope.
No,
I
he's
don't
a
know.
he's a rated R superstar Cope.
Whatever. Like like Claudio. Sooner or later, you gotta put the championship belt on Claudio. You can't keep letting Cesaro be
Claudio
the
had a
muscle.
championship. Claudio had a
No, no,
championship.
no. He needs the championship, not the open door championships. The
No, he
guy,
was no. He was a Ring of Honor champion for over a year, and he
no,
put.
I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the company belt.
Oh
It's
no!
time.
Oh no!
Yeah, listen,
Oh no!
it's the AEW is starting to be like WWE in the Attitude Era, where the belt only circulated around four people, and that's
Mm,
not fair. John Moxley done had this is what his fourth or fifth title reign already. It don't make
False.
no sense, man.
But no. But you don't see. My thing is this: you don't watch AEW to understand the reason why John
No, I do watch
Moxley.
it. No, I watch it. No, I watch it
No,
every Wednesday.
no.
I
What I'm
watch it
saying,
every
no,
Wednesday.
no. What I'm saying, no. What I'm saying is the reason why John Moxley has 4 reigns is because CM Punk got hurt.
No, I agree with that. This
Yeah,
is what I mean
Punk.
though. But you got Heyman Adam Page. He could have had the
Mm-hmm.
belt for a little while. Swerve Strickland could have kept the belt for a minute, but y'all took it off of him just that fast because of Daniel Bryant signed a brand new contract. He has a Legends contract now. Once again, the Young Bucks should not have the belts. You have the talent to put the belts on other people. They in the stigma of WWE in a way of keeping the belt on the names so that
Yeah.
people could
Yep.
turn
One
in to
hundred
see the
percent.
names.
One hundred
They
percent.
want to see the names. Kenny Omega, he could carry the company without a belt. He doesn't need a belt no more. He's at a
Mm,
plateau. He doesn't need a belt. Kenny Omega
Roman
show, long
didn't.
as he's
Roman
long as
didn't
he's
need a
healthy
belt,
and
but he
shows
had a
up every
belt.
week. Who?
Roman had a belt and he didn't need one. Roman did not need to
But
have the belt, but
no,
Roman did not need to have the
actually,
belt.
I'm gonna tell you that actually, Roman needed the belt and he needed Paul Heyman
Yeah. To take him
because
to that next level.
he couldn't go to that next level without those two guys. Two
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
because he was stiff in the ring. He was stiff in the ring. No mic skills,
Mm-hmm.
and once again, like I said, guys like me, like Seth Rollins could talk, Russell carry a brand. Kenny Omega could talk, Russell carry a brand without a belt. That's what made Andre the Giant so great for over 50+ years of wrestling. He didn't need a title. He had one title reign his whole career. One
Mm-hmm.
title reign because he didn't need it. He's just a face. He's Andre the Giant, Kenny Omega, Seth freaking Rollins. The names alone could carry a brand. I love Kenny Omega now. I really do. But he doesn't need a belt no more. Put the belt on the talent. Orange Cassidy kills me every week. I love the guy. Hands in his pocket, kick you in your leg, and
Too cool.
the whipper. He do a lot of shit. I be like, what the fuck is he doing? But I like the guy. I like him because he
Mm-hmm.
has the persona. He has it. It's freshly squeezed. A trademark brand name. You got to put the stuff on these guys. Come on, John Moxley does not need a belt no more. You, like I said, remember when we first did these podcasts? What we said AEW did was they made a mistake. Taking the WWE guys and putting belts on them already because of the names. Sooner or later, Lashley's going to get a belt.
Yep.
Lashley's
He's
not.
going to get a belt.
Lashley's not
Yes, he
getting.
is.
Lashley's not touching a world title for 2 years.
That's why he signed there. He didn't sign there just for the money. That's a part of a lot of these guys' incentives. They're there for the belt.
Yep. He's
Bobby
getting about.
Lashley is not. He's
But
not
he's
going
not.
to dominate everybody and not get a championship in less than a year.
Let me tell you,
It's not going to happen
he's not getting.
because
He's
look at
not. Hmm?
who's he fighting? Private Party. He fought Private Party the other night and beat up the guys. He's about
Swerve.
to perform another. He beat these guys. Name somebody there, honestly, power wise, skill wise, that's going to fight Bobby Lashley right now. That's not a top name besides Kenny Omega and them guys.
That's
That's
not.
why they had to make him beat us. He had to beat us
Wait.
Swerve Strickland.
Wait. You
But
said name
why
a.
y'all didn't have him start with the other guys?
You
Think about
said
that. Just really
you.
just think about that.
No. No. I'm about to. You said name a. You said name a guy who has the power and the strength that they could put him up against to catch the powerhouse Hobbs. Um.
Hobbs is stiff. The other guy, I give you credit. Hobbs is stiff. That's why he hasn't had a belt yet neither. He's
What you mean? He already was a champion.
he had that FTR belt from Florida, that Taz belt.
And if
I'm
I'm not
not talking
mistaken,
about that.
he was a TNT champion too.
No, I think he stole that belt and they was fighting for
He's,
it 1 week.
I'm not mistaken. He was T. Nah, he was TNT champion for I think a few weeks or a few months, and then
They
he
lost it to the
lost.
machine. I think he lost it to the machine. Brian Cage.
Was it no Ricky Starks?
Ricky Starks. That's who he lost it to. Ricky
Hmm.
Starks. And look at that. Come on. Come on, man. Powerhouse Hobbs is a powerhouse for a reason. These
All right,
guys,
guys. So for the
all
for
right.
the for the sake of time, because I know you guys are really passionate about AEW, Dynamite, everything like that. But I want to play a quick segment. I want to ask you guys a quick question, and I'm gonna give each of you guys 1 minute to give your reason why. So we're gonna play who. So if you guys were starting a wrestling brand, who would be your main guy and why? Luck, I'm gonna let you go first. You got 1 minute.
Kenny Omega, hands down. He's international, so he can speak to Canada, Japan, and the US. He's gonna give you 5-star matches. He's gonna put his all into every match. He's gonna make you feel exactly everything throughout the match and more. You can brand him off anywhere, honestly.
10
And
seconds.
there's no better wrestler. There's no better wrestler. So I would say Kenny Omega is my top choice.
Doc, it's on you.
The Viper, Randy Orton. He could be a heel. He could be a good guy. His in real talent is what it is. Randy's just that guy right now. Once again, another guy without a belt that can carry the brand wherever he goes. I go with Randy.
All right, guys. Thank you for playing who? All right, guys. So we do have to end. We went over, but very passionate, good conversations. I really appreciate y'all for being on the pod, man. Hey, man, weekly. This might be a thing, man. Weekly, monthly, quarterly, something. We gotta do this.
We definitely do.
This might be a thing, man. So,
hey Doc, you think your guy could be my guy?
The only way to find out, let the forbidden door open.
Let the forbidden door open. There's a fact.
That'll be great.
Or everybody get WWE 2K25 and we can figure that out.
Right. We can... Hey, yo, see y'all, man.
Later, y'all. Have a good night, fellas.
All right, y'all. Be safe.